Hello, what's up, world? This is Markel Leo. I'm an actor and I'm a dancer, and I'm pretty fairly new to the entertainment industry. Although I've been acting for, I would say, about a little over a decade locally in the Memphis, Tennessee area. I'm local to Memphis, but I currently reside in Los Angeles, California, but right now I think today is August 5th, Friday, August 5th. 2016, and I want to talk about a couple of topics, mainly one topic. And although this is like my first YouTube video, I wanted to kind of reach some people on some things about being able to overcome fear. And I know a lot of us have a lot of fears in our lives and obstacles that we want to overcome. And first off, I want to start off talking about the fears that I faced in my life, because most of my life growing up in Memphis as a little child, I was just filled with fear, and I knew that I had to someday overcome a lot of my fears to be able to grow more as like a person. And I've had all kinds of phobias, phobias such as fear of heights and other phobias like, I would say, being like claustrophobic. But recently, I've just flown back home to Memphis, from Los Angeles, and it was actually my first flight, flying on Delta Airlines. I actually had to take two flights, but I never imagined in a million years, that me actually getting on an airplane was something that would actually happen, several years ago. But I knew just by getting into entertainment that I would have to travel by airline, usually, regularly. And so this past Monday, which was August the 1st, 2016, I had to actually take two flights. One from the first flight from Los Angeles to Minnesota, and the second one was from Minnesota to my hometown, Memphis, Tennessee, to see my family. And I was pretty much nervous, getting on the plane. But after a while, I kind of got used to it, and it was a great experience for me. But I knew I would have to get used to flying, because just like I said, once again, getting in the field that I'm in now, I would have to pretty much fly regularly, probably to different countries and different states to do projects and films and television and movies and those types of things. But I also want to just say that for the past 3 or 4 years, I've adopted that saying that get out of your comfort zone. And so now that's something that I regularly carry with me, inside of me. I think that everyone has to get a little bit outside of their comfort zone if they want to expand and grow and do different things in their life. And that's something that I'm definitely getting better at. I'm pretty much getting into the comfort zone of getting out of my comfort zone, doing things that I'm not used to doing, and it's actually helping me grow, as the days and the months go by. And I really wanted to bring the topic up of getting out of your comfort zone. Mainly, this video is mainly for the people which is a lot of people in the world, who are filled with fear, to actually go ahead and not only achieve your goals and live your dreams and do whatever it is you always wanted to do, but in order to face those fears. But you have to face those fears first in order to grow and be able to do what you need to do. To have a fulfilled life. What a lot of people don't understand is that you will have fear when you tackle a lot of things. It's not to say that how people say, once you get over your fears, you'll be able to do a lot of things. That's not how it usually works. How it usually works is it's okay to be afraid to do things as long as you try them. It's just like riding a bike, right? And having training wheels. Once the training wheels come off, you're going to make some mistakes, but you're still going to you're still going to be a little nervous, right? And it's okay, but at least you're trying, and at least you're taking the actions. It does not mean, once again, that does not mean that you're not going to be afraid. You will still have fear inside you. It's just this time, instead of not doing anything with that fear, you're actually taking actions while while you have fear inside of you, or you're a little nervous. Now, eventually, the more you keep going and the more you keep doing, the fear fades. And so that's the one thing I wanted to just talk about. So we have to at least make that step. I'm someone who never wanted to be inside of a box. You can't put me inside of a box. I don't care what anybody say. I believe there's a higher power within me. I've never been a highly highly religious person, but I've been more of a spiritual guy, and I've always kind of felt something inside of me that I was a part of, something bigger than us all. And but I just wanted to, just kind of brush up on that topic briefly, and to say that people need to start. It's always good to start to tackle your fears, and once you start to tackle your fears and just face them, you'll feel a little bit better about it, and you'll be able to expand as you continue to get into the habit of facing your fears. Because if you don't face your fears, you'll never get to where you want to go. And so that's a topic that I wanted to kind of, remind those people that I'm talking to everyone, people who face any kind of fears in all kinds of walk of life. It does not matter who you are. I just want you to know that you can face any fear that you want. I'm on this journey with you all. I'm a new actor, and there's still a lot of things that I have to learn myself as a younger man, and as someone who's getting into the entertainment industry, and who's embarking on all the things that I want to do in my life. But I just want to tell everybody, from all the people who are out there watching this video, that you still can do whatever you want to do. You can be successful. You just have to go out there and do it, and believe that you can do it. There will be nerves, and you will have a little fear in you, but you have to take that first step. And you have to have that faith, and you have to have that belief within inside of you. There's 3 main points I want to really talk about that really work for me, and that helps me to overcome my fear. And the first point is just to plain out, just take action. Just do it. Do whatever that you set your mind to. Just if you got a little fear in you, sometimes you just have to jump in the water, to get started. At least you made the first step. And the second point, the second main thing that can be looked at as a solution to overcome your fear is, I would say, kind of have a vision for it. Write it down and try to take it step by step, instead of trying to do it all at once. So that's what I mainly do for most of the things that I try to do when I'm usually trying to overcome a certain fear or an obstacle that I may have a problem with. So I just kind of write it down, and I break them into like little bitty goals, depending on what that obstacle or task is. I'm pretty sure most of them can be somehow formulated into some kind of step-by-step thing, at least to kind of help you overcome the emotional aspect of it. So lastly, but not least, this is probably one of the biggest points to make. This third aspect of overcoming your fear is to just follow your heart and not listen to the naysayers, and not listen to the people, the doubters, who would say, you can't do it, don't do that, you won't be able to either make money from that, or you won't be able to do this, it's impossible. You have to, in order to overcome that emotional aspect of it, because we grow up listening to at least some people in our family, at least half of them, that kind of steer us in a certain direction that we may not want to go. Like your mom may. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a lawyer or wanting to be a a doctor or whatever it may be, it's a CEO. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I really want to tell people is you have to be able to follow your heart. When it comes to going into the direction and into a certain direction and following your heart, I think there is an emotional and a mental aspect that you have to kind of overcome and work on day by day to kind of slowly eliminate those people, to slowly not listen so much to those people, because mainly I don't usually listen to people who I don't take advice from people who have not done a lot of things in their life. If they haven't really done so much in their life, then I'm saying to myself, well, you haven't done much of it. Why should I listen to this person? It's not anything. It doesn't have anything to do with like being negative, but you at least want to see like what some of the people who have had certain kind of successes in their life, or if it's not successes, it's at least obstacles that they've overcome. You have to learn to kind of take those principles, and you want to kind of take advice from people who have been there and actually achieve what you're trying to achieve, at least in some kind of aspect. By overcoming that obstacle of listening to other people, you have to overcome the emotional and just like I said, the mental aspect of it. And you just have to sit down and go inside yourself and say, how am I feeling? You have to say, okay, if I don't take this action, will I still be in the same place that I am in? Will I still be uncomfortable, where I am a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now? If you think about those types of things and you say to yourself, oh, shucks, man, I never took action. Oh, man, it just doesn't feel right. I never did what I wanted to do. If you don't take action and if you don't build up that courage, just like I said, you will still be maybe a little nervous, fears will still be inside of you. But if you don't coach yourself up to at least go through with that fear and take that action, you will regret it for the rest of your life. And I just wanted to make that point to you all, but you all have to, everyone, including me, I have to remind myself that you go out here and you look into world history, you even look at some of the people who changed the face of culture today. Some of the people like Einstein or Martin Luther King or Michael Jackson or whoever it may be, even Gandhi, those type of people, they were able to go after what they wanted and achieve and the certain type of goals and express themselves with a certain type of purpose and overcome their goals. And you have to look at those type of people and to see what they've done. And like in my life, I've also done that as well. The thing about following your heart and not listening to other people is something is very vital. It's critical in the success of your life. It is critical to get you to where you need to do, because you are your own unique person. And the world needs more uniqueness. And we just don't have enough of it. We have it, but not enough of it. So we have to be able to listen to our own hearts. I want to give you one example, probably a couple of examples about people who doubt you. Over the years, I've had a few people who doubted me to say I would never. I've had maybe one person. I won't name them, but to tell me that I probably wouldn't amount to anything, and I just took it as motivation. And because I was young I was probably about 16 or 17 years old when I heard that, from that person. And I was thinking to myself, who are you to tell me that I won't amount to anything? It was just silly to me, right? And that just let me know that they didn't know much about me like I thought they knew about me. And so, but anyway, I've had a couple of people to doubt me and say, you'll never be able to do this. No, you can't do that. And I've also had one person, maybe a couple of people to tell me before I even moved out to LA, to pursue acting that I probably wouldn't, probably thought I was crazy. But I do want to let you all know that I had some kind of experience with acting, at least about 10 years of acting, not inside the Hollywood, Hollywood industry, but I've had some, I would say, some experience, before I actually moved out to LA. And I want to talk to some of those, especially some of the actors too, who's thinking about embarking on a journey, into the entertainment industry, specifically films and television in Hollywood. Don't ever let people tell you that, don't move out to LA and all that. You have to be smart, save up, just create some kind of plan, I would say maybe like a couple of years ago, before I moved out, I had, just like I said, I had a couple of people to doubt me and say I wouldn't survive out in LA, but now I use it as motivation. You have to use things like that as motivation. And I'm out there, I'm surviving. Although I'm working a job to support my acting career, I'm still doing little projects, and I'm meeting people, I'm networking with people, and I'm expressing myself artistically. And I'm out there, I'm doing what I need to do. So I've landed a couple of roles, and which is pretty exciting for me, and I have some other couple of projects coming up. So I just wanted to say that look at me, I'm not super successful or anything like that, but I have momentum, right? I have momentum that's building for me in my career, and I have survived moving to a place where I knew nobody. I didn't have any family or anything. I had a vision, of course I had a plan, a vision, but I prepared myself as much as I possibly could, and I believed in my talent. Now I knew that I still had a lot to grow, right? Which we all do. But I just want to let everyone know that I did it, and I'm out there, and I'm going in that direction of achieving my goals. So don't ever listen to people that tell you that you can't do anything. It's too impossible, or how are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? It's too many excuses. Don't listen to that. Just make you a little plan, and take it step back by step, and just go from there. But don't ever give up on your vision. Have that vision, and you make that choice. Make that choice. Make sure it's something you want to do and not something that you don't want to do. If you're just doing it just to be doing it, no matter what field you're going into, if it's just for the money, then that's the wrong thing to do. You have to go in that direction in whatever field, whatever goals you want to achieve, just because you like to do it, you love to do it. And so that's what I'm doing right now in my life. And I'm talking to everybody who has fear and who doesn't deal with doubt as much, to go out and do it and believe in yourself, make a little plan, and that's it. Have faith in yourself. Whatever you believe in, whether it's God, Jesus, Buddha, whatever it is, have that higher power on your side and believe in yourself. All right, this is Markel Leo, and I'm signing out. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.